Jorge Rivera hits hard and talks tough. But his biggest battles are at home, where he's usually outnumbered.
We've been together for over 6 years now. We share 2 children together, Mariana and Jojo.
Daddy, roll after me.
Being a father to me it's awesome. I love it. And these 2 here, God, they keep me busy all day. They drive me nuts.
Jorge's role models are his own parents, who raised 3 kids in some of Greater Boston's most dangerous neighborhoods.
This is where I grew up. This is my dad's house. My dad and my uncle bought this house in '77. They came here from Puerto Rico with really nothing but the clothes in their bag. We're the only Hispanic family in Milford. No one else spoke Spanish. You know what it's like to come home and to see your neighbors and they give you a look of disgust? They call you and everything you can imagine, every derogatory thing you can imagine, just to bring you down. We first moved here, these people moved out within about 4 or 5 months. They were gone. 2 years, they were gone. The cops followed my dad, saying that they looked like a suspected rapist. They followed my father and beat him up and arrested him. My brother and I, who entirely picked on him, we were like, this, we had enough of this. We got together, and we just started beating everybody up. The more you do something, the better you get at it. I was able to take a better punch than most kids, too, because I just was doing it all the time. I remember, like, my mom coming to get me because somebody would spit on my sister or my brother, and it was my job to go fight for them. I was always in trouble, was hanging out all the time. I was just doing things I shouldn't have been doing. We were into car theft. Like, Grand Theft Auto was our thing. In my junior and senior year of high school, we took about, I'm not even exaggerating, 10, 15 cars. This is what we did for fun. The first time I was arrested, I was about, I don't know, 16, 17. I got locked up for a while, and I was really embarrassed about the whole thing. When I was 18, I had Janessa Marie. I just remember, like, being overwhelmed, knowing that I was responsible for somebody else. I was stressed out. I was just too irresponsible. You know, I really regret a lot of the things that I've done. The second time I got locked up, I was 19. That sucked. That was the moment that really changed my life, was when my father came to see me. I remember just sitting there and he started crying in front of me, and I'm just looking at him like, hey, you can't do that. And I remember just going up into the bed and just bawling. Just thinking to myself, what the am I doing? That's when everything changed. I started training the week after my 25th birthday. MMA just really gave me a way to focus and channel all of my energy. Gave me a job.
Set to go. Round number 1 of 3. And now the 2 clinch.
I've always had a good right hand, and that's what I would use. I'd throw it over and over again.
Hits with a big right, and Hutchinson is out.
Jorge Rivera wins on hot. You know, he defeated a tremendous jiu-jitsu black belt in Travis Luter early in his career, and he was barely given a chance to win that fight.
Set to go with round number 1. And Rivera with a right cross. Look at Rivera with the combination. And Luter's gone. Luter is gone, and that is it. And Dana White congratulating the new champion here tonight.
My UFC debut was UFC 44, September 26th of 2003, and I fought David Loazo.
And they come. Nice body shot by Rivera. Uppercut. And he's rocked. He's going down. Continuing to connect. Rivera combination. Oh, he's down goes David Loazo.
El Conquistador! Jorge!
It made me feel like I belonged.
Taking on the top middleweights in the world, Jorge won 9 fights between 2003 and 2006.
Big shots by Jorge Rivera.
Jorge opened a gym giving neighborhood kids the opportunities that he'd been denied.
Sit, much better. 1, 2. Use your jabs, Jack. 2 jabs. Nice, that's it, nice.
And he worked to repair his relationship with his own daughter, Janessa, who lived nearby with her mother.
I felt like my main influence on her, my time had come and gone. Like right now, I could only be a friend to her. I could no longer be the father that I wanted to be to her.
In August of 2008, when Janessa was 17, she suddenly fell seriously ill.
She was on birth control, and the birth control that she was taking were giving her blood clots. And it caused her lungs and everything else to have massive blood clots in her body. I got a phone call on the 4th, and it was from her mother, and it said she was very sick, and I could tell by the tone of her voice that it was serious. So I went to go see her, and I never got to talk to her.
She went down from the blood clot and was pronounced dead less than a day after. It was very sudden. It was very dramatic.
I started thinking about, like, what it felt like, what it looked like. It's horrible. I do not wish that upon anybody. I think back upon a lot of the things that I did with her with a great deal of regret. And the times that I should have been there for her, I was lousy. I mean, a lot of the time I either spent it in the gym or I spent it partying. And those are things that I can never get back. I honestly look forward to the day where I can see her again. The Nissan Arsenic fight was the first fight that I had after my daughter had passed away.
To pick up the pieces and say, all right, we've got to go into this fight, was not an easy task. We would be in sparring sessions and, you know, would be in between rounds, and he goes over to the cage or whatever, just, you know, he looks like he's just resting, and he's over there, you know, crying.
Then I'm walking down to the cage, and the only thing I'm thinking about is my daughter.
Look for Rivera to fight with a lot of emotion, Joe. I don't think there's any way he can avoid it.
Arsenic gets a takedown and right into side control.
You're not tired. Don't say that. This is a mental state. Your mind is your most powerful tool right now. Look over there. He's tired.
I was extremely gassed out. I mean, emotionally, physically, everything. I was done.
Yeah, he's kind of hesitating a little.
Yeah, he really is. Yep, absolutely.
He just lost the energy.
You get some water right now, Jorge. Jorge, you have your loss this year. Don't use it again. Everything you got, Jorge.
And then the heart kicks in.
Good takedown by Rivera. Nice sweep.
He's breathing heavy, but he's still there.
Rivera pushing forward again.
You're talking about nearly 15 minutes of fighting on just pure heart, and he did it.
Declaring the winner by split decision, Jorge El Conquistador Rivera.
Our thoughts and prayers to Jorge Rivera in the loss of Janessa Marie.
And really, it was just the beginning. He really picked it up from there. He fought Rob Kimmons.
Oh, another good shot by Rivera.
Jorge's just teeing off here.
I smashed him.
Jorge is dropping some bombs on Kimmons, man.
It is all over!
For the Nate Quarry fight, I felt like my speed and my power were going to overwhelm him.
Quarry is really getting hurt here, Mike.
Down goes Quarry. Since Nessa's passed away, George fights a different way. I always sense that nervousness in him before a fight. He's just so focused now.
longer have the fears that I used to have before. I want to knock this guy out. And that's not him, it's every single guy. And if I don't knock him out, I want to submit him. You know, but I want the spirit that's in me to shine. I feel like she's always with me now. You know, I love that.